What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back on the Chevelle. I know it seems like it goes on and on and on, and it kind of does, but we're getting to the end of it. Matt's coming today. We're going to get this thing running good enough that that we can get it onto the trailer and get it to the dyno. But today we're building basically a big catch can for if this bottom end ever falls out of this thing. So here's what we're starting with. Big aluminum tub. And it's basically gonna come around this and then clear the steering, but it's gonna come underneath of here, around the back of the bottom of the pan, and then we'll put nutserts in here that it's just bolted in. All right, so the problem with the, like basically the belly pan that I'm doing for this thing is that we have this in the way. And I think over next winter, not this year because I don't have time, we're gonna cut the center out and put one that's removable. So if you ever have to pull the pan, we can. But the thing with what I'm trying to do is I gotta make sure that the steering does not get into what I'm making. So what we're gonna have to do is basically like cut a hole for the steering to go back and forth through here so that so it doesn't bind up in there and get, if I'm going sideways down the track, I don't want to get my steering all hooked up on this belly pan. All right, guys, so here's what I've come up with for our belly pan containment. All right, so I was just gonna show you guys the containment I made for this, and then my phone rang, and it was a collections company, which they're like, yeah, this is so-and-so collections company, and I'm like, like, what do you guys want? Like, I'm up to date on everything. And, oh, no, we're just calling to see if there's anyone you need to collect from. I'm like, dude, you need to change how you like interact first thing off the go when someone answers the phone. Because normally when I hear collections, my past me used to just hang up. So that's probably not the best way to do it. But hey, let's have a look at our containment. So this is it. We got all of our cutouts on it. I've made it so that it goes up beyond the side of the pan. Yes, it's not very deep here, but it is leaning back. So when it's on the car, it's actually going to be leaning back. So anything that it does catch will drain to the deep end. But there's enough in here that if it did drop all the oil or whatever, it would hold it up to here. So we got room for oil. Our oil filter here, our steering comes through right here. Because I don't have a tube chassis, like this has to go underneath the cross member, cut it out for the front of the oil pan. So it'll come up to about here on the oil pan, and theoretically, if it's gonna blow out, hopefully it's usually out the corners. But yeah, so we'll probably put a nutsert here and a nutsert here for that to bolt on. And then as well, we're going to replace these two bolts here with studs so that it'll just bolt up here and it'll just be 4 bolts to hold it on. I think that's good. I've never had to build one of these, so I'm really hoping that this is, well, I'm gonna send pictures to some tech guys and just confirm that it's okay before I go through the rest of this work. But I don't see it not being incompliant, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like I said, this car is the first one I have built for racing. Well, street and racing. But yeah, if this goes good with this car, it's pretty much the same thing for that car. And we'll get another one made and we can bolt onto that one because that car is faster than this car. So yeah, that's that's that. I'm gonna go up to the house. I got a phone call with some important people today about something that's coming in June of next year. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll get back down here and we'll hopefully get this thing welded out and put on here. All right, so we got it cut up. We got it put up in here. I think I still should trim a little bit more here. Not 100% sure. My biggest worry with this is if we wheelie and we come down on this, because it is right against the pan here. If we hit this at all, it's affecting our pan. We could bend it out a little bit. There's not really a whole bunch of room the way we did it, but I tucked it up as much as I could. So the only time this will be on the car is when it's going down the track. So realistically, we should be okay. But I did make it so that the back, it was angled. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to set it on the ground and see what it looks like. Let's see. I mean, that's all right. Aside from a big flat spot that you're going to push through, but looks okay to me. We'll lift it back up. We'll just check and make sure that the steering goes through it okay. If that's good, then we'll make some tabs and get it mounted up. All right, guys, there it is. So it is, it ain't going anywhere. Like, it's on there pretty solid. I was gonna add a couple bolts back here, but like it moves a little bit, but I think it's perfectly fine. It ain't gonna go anywhere. Surely it won't go anywhere. I hope it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, that's our containment. So if this thing decides to scatter, we're hopefully not gonna slick the track and do anything silly with back tires. So yeah, I hope you guys like watching. Wasn't as much fab work in there as I thought there was gonna be. There was still quite a bit, but no, it was fun. So we got lots of clearance under the car. The only problem would be is if we stand this car on the bumper and it comes down hard. But this thing weighs 4,200 pounds, or did weigh 4,200 pounds, and we've only added a whole bunch of weight to it. So I'm sure I would think we're gonna be pushing like 43, 44 now with everything that we've added to it. So yeah, so that's fun. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And where are we going? We're going to some places. We got PRI pretty quick, so we're taking the Pink's car. It's actually coming over the hoist probably tomorrow or the next day, and we're gonna get it ready to go to PRI, and we'll be in the Power Tube TV booth right beside Powertrain Products, which the engine that's in that car that's what engine it is. And what else? We got something real cool coming. I want to tell you guys about it, but I don't want to tell you about it until it gets here. It's going to be at PRI as well, so that's exciting. I got two things in the PRI show, and I can't be more excited about it. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing on the ground. Matt should be here. We're gonna tune this thing up a little bit so I can drive it around. Right now it's still not running quite right. Just, I'm not a tuner. So he's gonna work his magic and get all that done. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.